Yeah, thank you very much, Malik. Viewers, good evening to all of you. As you rightly mentioned, following an order through the Ministry of Interior, and
which, by the way, is the requisite ministry to issue that kind of press release.
Thank you very much. That government have carried out and executed 9 inmate death row convicts as a result of their being tried and going through competent court of law within the jurisdictions of the country, and they were sentenced to death. And we saw in effect that was in relations to the laws of the land that we have, and it is in fulfillment of the provisions of the constitutions of 1997 Constitution of the Republic of the Gambia. There were a lot of talks, a lot of rumor and argument, and a lot of ponder as to the legality surrounding the issue. And I decided, as a citizen of the Republic of the Gambia and as a member of parliament, and for that matter representing the young people, and it behoved on me and any other Gambians who can come out publicly to ensure that the public have been informed. Those who are not au fait with the laws of the land, that is the supreme law of the country, that is the Constitution of the Republic of the Gambia, have been sensitized, and we drew the attention to those also who probably, for one reason or the other, of course, knew that it is legal, it is sanctioned by the Constitution and by the peoples of the Republic of the Gambia, but for their own selfish interest might choose to ignore that and not even to allow, to let the general public know this is legal. Malik, that was the reason why I went in to say my own opinion and my position as a responsible member of parliament. Malik, the execution is lawful, it's legal, and it's constitutional. It is sanctioned by the people of the Republic of the Gambia. If you go to the 1997 Constitution of the Republic of the Gambia, Section 18 and subsection 1 and 2, respectively, talks about the death penalty. And then the Constitution of the Republic of the Gambia, that particular section of the Constitution is an entrenched clause, and then it was put there during the National Consultative Committee, after 1994, when the other constitution was suspended. The government, under the leadership of His Excellency, the President of the Republic of the Gambia, Sheikh Professor Alhaji Dr. Yahya E.J.J. Jammeh, wanted a constitution that is by the people and for the people of the Republic of the Gambia. In itself, it was participatory, and then every Gambian, irrespective of your culture, tribe, and religions, were sensitized enough to the language of their various tribes throughout the length and breadth of the country. There was a National Consultative Committee that went round across the length and breadth of the country, from Koina to Katong, Gunjur to Amdalai, and Bara to Pasamas, to sensitize the Gambian people. That was to inform them in their various local languages the intentions and aspirations of the AFPRC government, that is for them to partake and to know the kind of laws that we want for this country. And then following that also, there was the National Council for Civic Education that went around throughout the country and sensitized the people, and for them to know what is in the Constitution. And the referendum as well, there was a lot of campaign, and it was participatory. A referendum was put in place. There was an elections carried out by the then Provisional Independent Electoral Commission for yes or no for the Constitution. And then we saw the majority of the Gambian people who approved the constitutions of the Republic of the Gambia, and which, you go to other clauses also, whosoever, let's not even talk about President Jammeh or Yahya Jammeh, but the Gambian people said, this is the constitutions of the Republic of the Gambia, and they said Section 4, we are saying that is the supremacy of the constitution. It is the supreme law of the land. And also in Section 7, also there talks about the various laws that is in the country, ranging from the Constitution, Act of Parliament, bill bylaws, the decrees of the AFPRC government, and so on and so forth. These are the people and under whose charge and voice does they confer on His Excellency, the President of the Republic of the Gambia, to defend not only the Constitution of the Republic of the Gambia, but to defend and safeguard life and property of the people of the Republic of the Gambia. Now, what happened is, we all saw after the last elections, also after every elections, as public officials, those that is like members of parliament, the cabinet ministers, and so on and so forth, and it is stipulated that the President of the Republic of the Gambia, having been elected by the people of the Republic of the Gambia, to take the oath of office. You know, there are a lot of oaths, secrecy, allegiance, and so on and so forth, among which he took the oath to defend the constitutions, the provisions of the Constitution of the Republic of the Gambia in 1997. Now, it's the same people, the same law that talks about the death sentence. Malik, there are a lot of argument on it. People have diverse school of thought on those provisions, but I just want to read those provisions, and then honestly, probably people will want to interpret those provisions for you, particularly Section 18 of the 1997 Constitution, because people don't know. We're talking about those executions, but we forgot to think and to remember the victims of those people when they were killing them. Just wake up one day, take a knife or whatever you might call it, you look at your mom, your biological mother, and you hit her to death, or you take a knife and stab an individual. So violence, it's very appalling. Now we forgot that, and they are the very people who are talking about human rights, who are talking about the executions. They are the very people who were howling and shouting, saying, you see, there are a lot of killings, there's a lot of crimes in this country. What is the government doing about it? And the government is just keeping quiet. We want to advise people not to travel to the Gambia. We want to this and that for their own selfish.
Meaning that government would have been taken, the government of the Gambia would have been taken to task if this unwanted taking of lives should have continued and reached a position when it is uncontrollable. The government would have been blamed for not taking the necessary measures, and they have given them the mandate to do so as stipulated in the Constitution.
Yeah, in fact, not only would have been taken, in fact, people took government to task. You know, you remember those killings that happened. People were asking, what steps is government taking to not only stop these heinous acts and crimes perpetrated by individuals who are bent at destroying the good name and the peace and stability that we have, but they were also saying what step government is going to take to ensure that not only that, but to prevent the occurrence of such, to put a measures that will deter, be as a deterrent for would-be offenders. And when government, you see, the president only, the actions of government, and I want to tell people, let us be honest and fair to the president and to government. The execution, we should not blame. People talking about Yajame is killing the people, or the government has executed. No, but it's the people of the Republic of the Gambia, all of us, including those of us who are howling and bawling. They are part and parcel of those people who endorse the Constitution, and they are only people, the majority. Remember, 72% of the Gambian people say, President Jammeh, we want you there, and we want you to go and deliver our and rule in accordance with our aspirations and our expectations, and to work with the Constitution. These are the same people, I said. If President violates any section of this Constitution, then they will, you know, build mountains out of it. And this is it is in accordance with 1997. Let me read Section 18 of the 1997 Constitution, Malik, which says, I saw somebody was talking about the life protections of the right to life and property. Now, listen, it says Section 18, subsection 1, protections of right to life. It said, no person shall be deprived of his or her life intentionally, except in the execution of a sentence of death. In the executions of sentence of death imposed by a court of competent jurisdictions in respect of a criminal offense for which